Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Traveling Gun. My name is Thomas. Today I begin a 5-day trip. It's been a while since I had a 5-day, and today I only have 3 legs. I go to do a Baton Rouge turn, and then I end up in Knoxville tonight. It's a late report, so I'm getting finished late around 10 o'clock. And that's pretty much how the rest of this trip is. It's going to be late finishes except on go home day, which we like because I get back before 3 o'clock. So other than that, just a little update to you all. I know that my last two videos ago, I said I was going to the face-to-face. Fortunately for me, I did not get the CJO or whatnot. I did get my thanks but no thanks letter. It is what it is. I can keep applying. I thought about going to another carrier, but in reality, that's not an option for me because of everything that I have going on here in Atlanta with my kids and a home, and being that there's no base for any other airlines for real here for a main line carrier, with the exception of one, but it's still super senior here. It's not really an option, especially with most of these airlines that you have to be on reserve for so long. You know, it is what it is. But again, I don't know what I did, differently, what I could have done differently, but all I could do is try again. And that's why I tell everybody, if you get a thanks but no thanks, keep going, keep applying until you finally get the yes that you want. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to give you all that update, and I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Knoxville.
Hey, I've been working under fire. You've been always on my mind.
Hello everyone, so I made it back here to good old Knoxville. Today's flight was very uneventful. No sits in between. Everything was, not a quick turn, but the regular turns or whatever like that. So nothing really happened. Also, the reason, just to touch on what I talked about earlier in the beginning before the trip started, the dilemma of trying to go to another airline that does not have a base here or the ability for me to get back here is kind of, in a sense, it's already hard enough for me now, even though I do live in base, to try to catch all my children's stuff that I need to catch, and then going to another airline, having to commute back and forth. I think that would almost make it impossible. Now, if I was an empty nester, or almost gonna be an empty nester where my kids were like a junior or senior in high school, I'd been like, cool, but for me to be an empty nester, that means I would have had my kids back in high school by multiple different women, and if you did that, I'm not judging you, that's your prerogative or whatnot, but I'm just saying that's what would have happened if I would have had empty nesters right now, or finna be an empty nester right now. But just hit puberty and just went crazy basically. But that I'm not in that predicament right now. So that's the reason why, if you want to know why I would not go to another airline in particular, it's for that reason right there. It's just almost impossible, then having to most likely pay for 2 places in some sense. That it's just, the numbers don't add up for me as far as money wise from what I have here and what I would have to do for a crash pad, and then just time. Time is the one thing that you can't get back. Like I tell everybody this, even when I was a kid, I could care less about money. I wanted that time with my parents, and I think that's, I'm not saying that my kids don't want money, trust me, they want things, but I think they will value just me being around a lot more than money. I hope so if I ask them, but I think they will. But so that's the reason why I wouldn't apply to another airline like that. I've thought about it, trust me, I've thought about it. I've even had 2 CJOs from other airlines, and I just didn't take it for that simple reason right there. But my time will come, it'll work out, what can I do about it right now? Nothing. So it's still a little bit late. I am going to try to lay down. I don't have to report until 12:24 in the afternoon, and tomorrow's 11-hour duty day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow once I get up for day 2. Good afternoon, everybody. It is day 2 of 5. I was going to say 4. I'm so used to these 4 days. Today is one of my longest days of this trip. Now I go from Knoxville to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids back to LaGuardia, then LaGuardia to Burlington, Vermont in about probably 11:30 tonight is when I get to Burlington. And I'm going in and out of New York, so you know how that is. long taxis, hopefully no delays, no ground stops, no holding in pattern, and pray that it goes smoothly, I should say. It's crazy that I have not been going in and out of Atlanta in a while. Like, yesterday was my first time actually in almost a month, I think, leaving, actually working a trip out of Atlanta, but still ending up going to New York or Detroit or somewhere like that. But other than that, I'm gonna get ready to go down to the van. I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Burlington.
Yeah, I just wanna go home. Sitting on the interstate.
Hello everybody, so I made it here to Burlington. It's going on a little bit after 11:30. Today's flights were very uneventful. It seemed like a long day because, I don't know, for whatever reason, going from LaGuardia to Grand Rapids seemed like longer than 2 hours. Then we had to come back, and then Burlington, Vermont. So it just seemed like a long day. It was just an 11-hour duty day, and some rude people. What I mean by rude, like not rude to me personally, but just not manners. Like somebody was trying to get my attention while I was doing service. As far as I heard him say, like, "Excuse me, sir," but I couldn't really tell because of the plane, and I wasn't near him when I was doing my service. But I'm doing my, because if it was an emergency, he would have rung the bell or something, you know, would have happened. So it was an emergency. I'm trying to ask these people, "Hey, what would you like to drink?" And then I finally get to his row, and I'm trying to ask the person next, you know, across from him, "Hey, what would you like to drink?" I hear him say, "Here, excuse me, sir." So I just stopped what I'm doing and said, "Yes, I may help you." Do you know, he was trying to get my attention to give me trash while I'm doing service. I'm like, come, dude, I'm looking like, dude, this is manners. Like, that's not important. That could have waited. You didn't need my attention right then and there. Then coming here from LaGuardia to Burlington, this girl was sitting in a row by herself. Mind you, she had on a skirt. She has both the tray tables down with both her feet propped up on each tray table. And I gave her that look like, why you got your feet up on these tables? And I'm like, you just got your wink and your stink out because you got on a skirt and you got your feet propped up on these tray tables like that. That's it, but you know, it's nothing, no big deal. But tomorrow, what is my report time? I have 11:30 van, but tomorrow's only a 2-leg day, so hopefully it goes a little bit smoother. I go from Burlington to Detroit, and then Detroit to Greenville, South Carolina. Also, check the bid pack. Looks like I'll be going in and out of New York again because that's what our bid pack looks like. It's going to be for Atlanta. Flying is in and out of New York a lot. But I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about that tomorrow, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good afternoon. Well, good morning, everybody. It is day 3. 2 legs today, and I'm done. I go from Burlington to Detroit, Detroit to Greenville, and then I'm done for the day. So it's 2-leg day. I bid this morning. So pretty much like I was telling you, all of our trips are going out of LaGuardia mostly from our bid packs, and LaGuardia and JFK. And I think because we don't have enough flight attendants up there, or at least that's what's going around in the rumor mill, not for sure. So, but either way, for me, it will equal more credit because you have like longer flights out of LaGuardia, like LaGuardia to Kansas City, LaGuardia to Memphis, you know, those that do that as a turn. Probably like a Boston to Kansas City or something like that. It's longer route, so it does equate to where I could probably do 4-day trips and still get maximum credit hours versus having to do 5-day trips. So it works out that way as far as the bid pack goes. So I just bid like I normally bid, max credit hours. I don't want to end my go home day after 3 o'clock. Avoid international because who wants to do the Bahamas on go home day all the time? Not me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I have until the 13th or 14th to try to tweak it if something else comes up. Like if I need a specific day off in January, which as of right now that I can think of, I don't. So my bid is going to be pretty standard like it always been, just to avoid international because I don't want to go to Toronto because we get there late, can't go around and do anything. And then also the same thing with Montreal, like they're putting more restrictions on everything around there with everything that's going on right now with the new Omicron thing. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later once I get to Greenville. It's not snowing here, it's raining, but it's not below freezing. So that works out in our favor, and hopefully we don't run into any snow going to Detroit. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Greenville.
Driving could never ease my mind how I wanted to, yeah. I just wanna know, will you stay with me?
Hello everybody, so I made it here to Greensville. I always want to say Greensboro, but I'm in Greensville, South Carolina. Today's flight was very uneventful. I have a few passengers who think they know everything. This guy, he had on a backpack, the kind of backpack that you would see hikers have. So he had that on, and he had a tent, basically, that was attached to the bottom of it. And I said, sir, you're not going to be able to walk through with your book bag on your back and the tent on the back. He's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And as soon as he tried to walk through the galley,
and I don't care about none of that. Damn. Come on, plague.
got stuck. And I just like, see? Listen, I tell people all the time, I can tell you if your bag gonna fit, if it's not gonna fit. My thing is, you can try it if you want to, but you're gonna have to bring it back up and take it back out because I'm not doing it. But other than that, that's all that happened today, just the 2 legs. Few weather in between flying, so a little bit of turbulence, but not too bad. Tomorrow is an earlier day. I finish a little bit earlier than I have before, like I've been 11:30, 10 o'clock. So tomorrow I have a 4:45 van, so that means I have to get up about 3:45. And I have 3 legs tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm trying to get a workout in because I haven't been able to work out the last 2 days and get ready for bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. It is day 4, I think. Yeah, it's day 4. What's today? Sunday? Yeah. Excuse me, it's day 4 and it's very early. It's like 4:30 right now. I have a 4:45 van. Today I have 3 legs and a deadhead from GSP to Detroit, Detroit to Des Moines, Des Moines back to Detroit. Then I deadhead to Cleveland, and then I end the day, I think it's a little bit early, around 4 or 5-ish, I think. I'm not for sure 100%. But I should have went to sleep last night, but I didn't. I stayed up watching TV and scrolling through the internet because Nancy Reagan was trending and I wanted to see why. And didn't go to bed until about 12:30. So we're gonna see how this days go, and hopefully it's not long for me because I am still a little sleepy. And I'll see you guys a little bit later on once I get to Cleveland.
You know what I'm saying? Stop making you wanna move. Hey, Watsonville, stand up. Hometown, stand up. Let's get it. Yeah. I saw the face on the left side. Know that it's my best side. Step into that west side funk. Watsonville dreaming. California living. Everybody from the 831.
Everybody, so I finally made it here to Cleveland after a few delays in Detroit. We were deadheading on another regional airline, and they were waiting on bags, so we had to wait on bags. We didn't block out until after our original blockout time, and then we got here after the blockout time as well. So, and then we had to wait for a gate agent to come connect to Chet Bridge. On today's flights, pretty much I had to fight with everybody with their headphones. And, one guy was like, can I have some coffee? So I'm telling him, hey, would you like cream, sugar? And he's like, huh? And I just go, take those off. And I don't understand why people think you have on noise canceling headphones. Even if you turn off whatever it is you're listening to or watching, you still can't hear me. But, it's just one of those things. Some people just don't understand. But other than that, that's all that happened today. I took a nap on the deadhead. Actually, I felt like I slept a lot longer than 50-something minutes. But I'm going to go get a quick workout in. I worked out yesterday. And then later on that night, my body was like, that really feels good. And I guess after not working out for a while and then you get back to doing it, your body starts to say, hey, I like that. I really do. But tomorrow's go home day. And I'm ready to go home. This trip hasn't been bad. It's just I want to be at home. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Today's go home day, finally. And I have a 2-leg day. I go from Cleveland to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to not Cleveland, but to Savannah. And then I dead from Savannah to Atlanta, then I'm done for the day. We don't really have any sits in between with the exception of the deadhead, which we have like maybe 45 minutes because of how the flights operate in and out of Savannah to Atlanta. So we're not gonna be able to make an earlier deadhead because The flight leaves at 9 o'clock, and then our flight leaves at 12. So, but I'm done by 1 o'clock today, so that's all that matters. And then I'm off for a couple of days. But that's all I have for you today. I'll see you guys a little bit later on to close out the video. Hello everybody. So we're going to take a delay this morning because they're boarding JFK and LaGuardia out of the same gate. JFK leaves 5 minutes before us, and the only reason they're doing that is because 767 got struck by lightning and is occupying the gate. So we're going to take a delay this morning. Don't know how long of a delay, but it's a delay nonetheless on go home day. But it is what it is. Like I always say, you just have to roll with the punches and keep on going. So I'll see you guys a little bit later on. Hello everybody. So I finally made it back to the car. This 5 day is over with. Nothing really happened on the flight with the exception of during my deadhead, I was behind somebody who was taking their precious time to put their bag up in the overhead bin. And I guess the way that I was looking at her as she was just taking her time as if nobody was standing behind her, I noticed that a flight attendant was kind of dying laughing, I guess because the way that I was looking at her. And then when she finally looked, she's like, oh, I didn't know anybody was behind me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you was just talking to me in the jet bridge. How did you not know no one was right there behind you while you taking your time to put your bag up? But other than that, that's all that happens. You know, that happens a lot that people take their time putting their bag up and hold up boarding. But it is what it is. I'm off for a few days and then I start my 9-day stretch. So I'll see you guys next time. As always, hug on the ones that you love. Tell the ones that you love them.
On the next plane, I don't know when I'll be back again.